Have you ever wondered why your old shirt, socks, or blanket mysteriously end up in your dog's bed? Many people assume their dog is being mischievous or simply stealing things. But the real reason behind this quiet behavior is far more touching than most owners realize. When you leave the house, your dog continues searching for a sense of comfort and security. Items carrying your scent act like a powerful reminder that you are still close by. That's why dogs often gently carry an old shirt, towel, or pair of slippers back to their favorite spot and lie on it for hours without chewing or destroying it. Scientists have discovered that a dog's brain responds strongly to the scent of its owner. Your smell activates the caudate nucleus, the region associated with reward, pleasure, and positive anticipation. In some studies, this response was even stronger than the reaction to food. In other words, your scent is one of the most comforting things in your dog's world. What's even more fascinating is that being near objects that smell like their owner can help lower a dog's stress levels. Their heart rate becomes more stable, cortisol levels decrease, and they feel calmer and safer. So when your dog quietly curls up on your worn clothes, it isn't trying to steal from you. It's seeking comfort from the person it loves most. And this is only the first sign that your dog may love you more deeply than you think. Make sure to watch until the end of this video, because the final sign is incredibly emotional, and it might completely change the way you see your loyal four-legged friend. 2. The greatest game ever. Taking an object and waiting for your reaction. Have you ever noticed your dog carrying a TV remote, a sock, or another household item, then standing a few feet away while staring directly into your eyes? What makes it even more adorable is that many dogs don't immediately run away or chew the object. Instead, they simply stand there, wagging their tail gently, watching you with eager anticipation. It's almost as if they're saying, "Hey, are you paying attention to me?" At first glance, this behavior may seem like simple mischief, but in reality, it can be one of the sweetest ways a dog tries to connect with the person it loves most. According to behavioral psychology, dogs learn that picking up certain objects instantly captures their owner's attention. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you chase them, other times you call their name or pretend not to notice. These unpredictable reactions create what psychologists call a variable reinforcement schedule, one of the most powerful motivators for repeated behavior. Because dogs never know exactly how you'll respond, the game remains exciting every single time. To them, it's not really about the remote control or the sock. It's a fun, social interaction, often known as keep away, where the real reward is engaging with you. The truth is, your dog isn't interested in the object itself nearly as much as it is interested in you. What it truly wants is your attention, your voice, your laughter, and those special moments of connection that make it feel loved and included. And the next sign reveals an even more heartwarming secret about how deeply your dog cares for you. Be sure to watch until the end of the video. You won't want to miss it. 3. The instinct to carry things around, inherited from their ancestors. Have you ever laughed when your dog proudly picks up a slipper, a toy, or even a small towel and happily carries it around the house? Many people assume it's just a random habit, but the truth is far more fascinating. This adorable behavior has been embedded in dogs' DNA for thousands of years. The ancestors of modern dogs were wolves. In the wild, hunting required a sequence of behaviors: watching, stalking, chasing, grabbing, and carrying prey. As humans domesticated dogs, we selectively bred them for specific jobs. Over generations, different breeds developed stronger versions of certain instincts. For example, herding breeds like Border Collies are famous for their intense stare and stalking behavior, which helps them control livestock without harming them. Retrievers and spaniels, on the other hand, were bred to gently pick up game birds and bring them back to hunters without damaging them. Meanwhile, terriers often grab and shake objects vigorously because they were originally developed to hunt and eliminate small rodents. That's why, when your dog proudly carries its favorite object from room to room, it isn't necessarily being naughty. It may simply be expressing an ancient instinct that has survived through countless generations. What makes this behavior even more charming is the enthusiasm dogs often show while carrying their treasures.
Their wagging tails, bright eyes, and excited body language seem to say, "Look what I found."
For many dogs, carrying an object is not only instinctive, it's also a source of joy and confidence. Now I'm curious about your dog. What item does your furry friend love carrying around the most? A slipper, a sock, a stuffed toy, or perhaps something completely unexpected? Leave a comment below and share your story. 4. Dogs know when you're watching. The food thief mystery. Have you ever wondered why a piece of food can sit untouched on the table while you're in the room, but somehow disappears the moment you look away? What's truly fascinating is that many dogs seem to know exactly when it's safe to make their move. They can lie quietly for several minutes, pretending they have no interest in the delicious snack sitting right in front of them. But the second you leave the room, bend down to pick something up, or stop paying attention, their secret mission begins. Researchers have found that dogs are far more likely to steal food when a person's view is blocked or when the room is dark. This reveals something surprising. Their behavior isn't simply impulsive or driven by hunger. Instead, dogs appear to possess a remarkable ability known as perspective taking, the capacity to judge whether someone can see them or not. They carefully monitor your gaze, body position, and level of attention before deciding whether to act. In other words, a dog may be running a quick calculation in its mind. Can my human see me right now? That means the next time food mysteriously vanishes from the table, the culprit may not just be a hungry pet. It could be a clever four-legged strategist who has been studying your every move. But what comes next is even more amazing. Dogs don't just know when you're looking at them, they can also recognize your emotions. Stay until the end of the video to discover this incredible ability. 5. Collecting, destroying, and the irresistible attraction of something new. You buy a brand new pillow in the morning. By afternoon, your living room looks like it was hit by a snowstorm of cotton. Fabric is everywhere, and right in the center of the destruction sits your dog, calm, innocent, and somehow looking completely proud of the chaos. But here's the question most owners never ask. Why did your dog choose that pillow instead of the pile of toys you bought? Many people assume it's stubbornness or bad behavior. Surprisingly, the truth is often much deeper. Dogs are driven by instincts that date back thousands of years. In the wild, collecting valuable objects and bringing them to a safe place helped their ancestors survive. To your dog, that sock, blanket, or pillow may feel like a prized possession. Yet there's an even more surprising explanation. Destructive chewing can sometimes be a hidden sign of boredom, stress, or mental frustration. Your dog may not be trying to ruin your belongings. It may be trying to satisfy a need that isn't being met. And the biggest shock? Many dogs ignore expensive toys simply because your belongings smell different, feel different, and offer something new to explore. Has your dog ever destroyed something valuable when you weren't looking? Share the funniest or most expensive item in the comments below. And keep watching, because the next behavior is even more unbelievable. 6. The teenage phase, when your sweet puppy suddenly becomes a rebel. One day, your dog follows every command perfectly. The next day, it acts as if it has never heard its name before. Sound familiar? If your dog is between 6 months and 2 years old, especially around 12 months of age, you may be witnessing one of the most surprising stages of canine development, the teenage phase. During this period, many dogs seem to transform overnight. They become more impulsive, ignore commands they once knew well, test boundaries at every opportunity, and somehow develop an endless fascination with stealing socks, shoes, and anything else they can get their paws on. So, if your dog is acting like a furry little troublemaker right now, don't panic. It may simply be growing up. And the next behavior on our list is even more surprising, so keep watching until the end. 7. The solution, what not to do, and what actually works. When provoked into escaping, the animal's attempt to catch or snatch the object back is wrong. This fosters a sense of self-preservation, encouraging animals to cling tightly to their treasure, which is actually more endearing. Instead, experts recommend the exchange method. Offer a tasty treat or an attractive toy as a reward. When the dog proudly retrieves the object, reward them immediately. This helps the dog understand that letting go yields a better reward. Even if the object isn't retrieved gracefully, you're still building trust and a sense of security. Have you ever tried trading with your dog instead of chasing it? Share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear how it worked for you. 8. When is it time to seek veterinary help? The warning sign many owners overlook. Finding a shredded pillow on the floor may not seem like a big deal. But if your dog is not only chewing objects, but also repeatedly swallowing pieces of plastic, fabric, wood, or other non-food items, it's time to pay close attention. Many owners assume this is simply bad behavior or a mischievous habit. However, experts warn that repeatedly ingesting foreign objects can be a sign of a serious underlying health problem. In some cases, the behavior may be linked to psychological conditions, such as hyperactivity, impulsivity, or chronic anxiety. More concerning, however, is that ongoing gastrointestinal disorders that cause persistent discomfort or pain can also trigger a condition known as Pica syndrome, a disorder that drives dogs to eat or swallow items that are not food. The danger is real. Foreign objects can become lodged in the digestive tract, causing intestinal blockages, stomach injuries, and potentially life-threatening complications if left untreated. If this behavior is accompanied by symptoms such as weight loss, frequent vomiting, loss of appetite, unusual fatigue, or noticeable changes in daily habits, do not assume it is a training issue. This is a medical concern that requires prompt evaluation by a veterinarian. Early diagnosis can make a critical difference and may prevent a minor problem from becoming a medical emergency. Have you ever caught your dog swallowing something it shouldn't have? Share your experience in the comments below. And if you found this information helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with other dog owners. Because recognizing these warning signs early could save a dog's life.